give it to me today while I am alive and able so that I can enjoy it. Give it to me while I am alive and able so that I can enjoy it. Get into charity, form charity organization. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, guys, if this is your first time, do me a favor and look down, press that red button that says subscribe, and also when you hit that button, click on the notification bell that looks like a ding dong bell so that you will know when I upload a video. Yes, guys, so today I want to talk about us. What is wrong with us Nigerians? Shall I say Nigerians or shall I say Igbo people? Okay, I'm going to speak about Igbo people because I am Igbo. If you are from another tribe, Yoruba, Hausa, or any other tribe, Benin, and if you are experiencing the same thing that I'm going to talk about now, please indicate how you feel about it. So what I want to talk about today is the random group that is going on and on WhatsApp. It is very annoying. It's not just the group for friendship or maybe from your old girls or old guys where you went to school. This is a group of funeral. When people die, you have no business whatsoever of somebody that lose their significant other or their loved ones back home. The next thing you see is that your name gets on the group. They create this group, they call it group of friends. Whether you know the person or not, they add your name there, and the next thing they're talking about is how to raise money. Who lives like that? How do you add people in a group without even consulting them? Not are you only adding them in this group, but you are talking about how to raise funds for somebody that died in Nigeria. What kind of rubbish nonsense is that? It's about time somebody talk about it. It's been ongoing and going. You lose people back home in Nigeria and you are forming a group here and you hide under the umbrella of other people saying that your friends created a group. Hello, if my friends ever create a group and I ever get informed or know about that, it's not gonna work. You don't go and form group and ask people to raise money for you because you lose your money, your mother or your father back home or your grandparents back home. Who lives like that? Stop showing off what you are not. Stop pretending to be what you're not. Stop trying to please people in Nigeria. You are here, some people have 2 or 3 kids in university and then they're gonna leave what they are doing to raise money for you so that you can go back home to Nigeria and show off that when you did your father's or your mother's funeral or your grandfather's funeral that you shut down the road. Hello, if you have money to shut down the road, go ahead and do that, but don't be a burden to people. Don't encourage people or ask people to buy a shebi because you are going to bury your mother or your father. People will buy a shebi. People will contribute money in this friendship, so-called whatever group that they call themselves. People will cancel their work, especially some nurses or some other professions that work on the weekend. They will cancel their job. Some of them will even cook, bring food for you, spray your money on that day, contribute money to the stupid group that they form, and then also pay the teller to make the ashebi for you. By the end of the day, these people has contributed close to $500 just because one person died, your father or your mother, that they don't even know, they don't even have anything to do. I feel so sorry for people who cannot speak, because I am very vocal. And the people that lives in my city, if they don't know me, they better know me by now, because I will not take any rubbish, any nonsense from anybody. Enough is enough. This gotta stop. Stop adding people to all those stupid groups that you're forming. If you don't have money to go and bury your grandparents or your parents, just cut your coat according to your size. This is the issue we have. We always like to hang our coat where we cannot reach. Why can't you stoop low? If you have $100 to bury your people, go and do that. The other time, a relation of mine was calling me. I have not seen, sorry to digress just a little bit. I have not seen this relation of mine maybe 10 years or a little bit more. And then she lost her husband. She was calling me to bring money for the husband's funeral. She didn't call me to give her money for her health, for hospital bill, but instead she was calling me to give her money for her husband's funeral. You know what I did? I'm sorry, you might not like that, but I had to block her. Yes. So I had to block her. I don't take no nonsense. That's how people go and borrow money to do wedding, to do funeral, especially the funeral aspects of that. Who are you? You never gave that person when they were alive, and then you're gonna give them when they die. Who lives like that? It's about time that people start putting food in their mouth instead of shoving the food behind them, because it's not gonna work. It is not going to work. There are so many things going on in this city. Even in US, my sister told me the same thing. Every week it's contribution. People die, people die, people die. You contribute money. So many times people go in debt because of contribution. Every week, I am not kidding you, every week there are 2 or 3 funerals. And maybe they added you to 2 groups. A committee of friends are contributing to $200. Hello? How much do people really make in a month? You give committee of friends, this friend for this week today, $200. You cook, you buy a shebi, you go there, you spread money, you buy gas in your car, you cancel your work, you go, right? Next week, another person will call you. You will find out that a whole lot of people that are contributing this money, their children go to school with OSAP, which means loan from government. So the money you're supposed to use to raise your kids, you are throwing it and shoving it behind, right? Because when somebody dies, they die. It doesn't matter whether you put them in 1 million casket, or you wrap them like the Hausa people. If you're from Nigeria, you know what? Or you wrap them in a mat, right? And put them under the ground. Who cares? Those things does not matter. Stop living false lavish life, because it's not going to take anybody anywhere. If you have the money, do it, but don't go and stress people who are minding their own business. In this part of the world, we have credit card. Credit card is not meant for shopping. It is meant for emergency. This is when you pull out your credit card, you swipe it, you go back home if that is what you want to do, and do what you want to do, and come here and then get back to work to pay the bills. Don't depend on people to do your grandfather or grandmother's funeral. You come here, you want to spread your wings so that people will know that, hey, you are who is who. You have this, you have that, with other people's money. With other people's money, you're stressing people so that you will go back in the village and give people and kill cow. The cow that the Fulani headsmen are using to taunt and torment people back home. You are going there to Kosasiaka to kill the cow. They say that you are chief, you are Nze, you are Lolo, you are Madam, you are this person's wife. It does not work. That era has gone. You see me, so anything where you see me like this from head to toe, this is it. If I can afford it, I will. If I cannot afford it, I zip my wallet. So Bikono, Undibai, stop adding people to those stupid WhatsApp group to raise money for you to go and bury somebody that is, they don't even know. They never gave that to your grandfather or your grandmother when she was alive. They never contributed when your grandfather or your mother or your father was sick. And when your grandmother or grandfather or father or mother died, you called them. I just woe betide you guys to add me again in those kind of group. And I will tell you, because if I have spoken to you in private and you don't want to understand, if you dare ever add me to that stupid group, I will call out your name and go and speak to somebody that maybe you will listen to if you don't want to listen to me. So instead of forming those groups to raise money for somebody who has already died, why don't you form a group of charity where you can help people when they are alive instead of when they are dead? Get into foundation. This is why the people here, the white people, are much better than us when it comes to funeral. Because once somebody die, you will find out that the spouse, right from the funeral arena, takes her handbag or his briefcase, goes to work, because the bill has to be paid. Even if it's the president of America that dies or president of whoever, I don't think they keep the corpse for up to a week before the funeral. It's only in Nigeria that when people die, they leave the corpse in the morgue for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, trying to gather all these funds before the funeral. This is so sad. It's so sad. Some of the culture have to change. This is one culture aspect that I really despise. If people die, put them under the ground right away. If you don't have money, wait until you have money and then you can do the funeral. But don't wait and leave the corpse inside the mortuary for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Doing what? Waiting for people in diaspora to raise the money so that the funeral can come and kick off back home, so that you can show them that you are a first lady or Madam Babangida or Mrs. Goodluck. I don't remember. So get into forming charity organizations. Help people who are in need, not people who already died. When somebody died, if you don't give it to me today, don't give it to me when you see me no more. Let your legacy live. If you want to carry on your legacy, form a charity organization and let your name be there, and let your children and your grandchildren and great-grandchildren carry on your legacy. Your legacy is not going to Nigeria to put your great-grandparents or your parents on the ground and kill the cow for the whole village to eat and enjoy. That's not legacy. That is a waste. Some of the people that will be there on that funeral eating that cow, they will only eat it only that day. Why don't you think about the way of opening businesses for them, helping them so that the money will be, they'll have turnover and it will be going around and around and around. This is how I look at it. That's all the message that I have to tell you guys. Enough is enough. You gotta stop and start thinking about your own retirement. Do you know that 80% of the population of the Africans in this part of the world don't have retirement? Only those who have like regular job, like full-time job. The people that have businesses, they don't think about their retirement. During our own era, yes, our parents, we are the pension of our parents. We give them money every month. But if you have kids in this part of the world, how do you think that child being raised in this part of the world is you're going to depend on that child when you retire? Hello? Maybe 20% of them will give you. It's not because they don't want to give you or not because they will not give you. It's just that the culture here, it's so different. They have their own children and perhaps their own significant other that they are going to take care of. They will take care of you, don't get me wrong, but it's not the top of their list. But when we were growing up, our parents are top in our list. This day and age, a lot of people are struggling, even if you live in this part of the world. Do not think that poverty only exists in Africa. There is poverty here as well. A lot of people eat from hand to mouth, and after they pay their bills, they barely have $10 in their bank account. Instead of throwing away that money, wearing a shebi, going for one funeral to the others of people that died in Nigeria, why don't you start making plans for your retirement? This is all I have to tell you. Take it or leave it. I hope my message is clear to a whole lot of you guys. Remember to share the video. Remember to subscribe if you have not already done so. Now I got a smile. Looks like I've been ranting. This is how I go when I'm really upset, and this really upset me because a girlfriend of mine called me today and we were talking about all these things that is going on in the city where we live. So guys, bye, love you.